We're going to have a good discussion about police and AI. So today, we are discussing AI and police. AI and police. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Utah bill aims to make officers disclose AI written police reports. So in Utah, you have police officers who are utilizing AI and not telling citizens, man. They are utilizing AI and not telling citizens. A bill headed to the Senate floor in Utah will require officers to disclose if a police report was written by generative AI. The bill, SB 180, requires a department to have a policy governing the use of AI. This policy would mandate that police reports created in whole or in part by generative AI have a disclaimer that the report contains content generated by AI and requires officers to legally certify that the report was checked for accuracy. Yeah, because if I, as a content creator, right, if I try to upload anything, right? I mean, anything. I'm going to show you on TikTok real quick that I'm held to this standard. So why aren't cops? So I want to go to my own TikTok page. I want to try to upload something real quick. I want to upload a random video, right? Or better yet, let's not even go to TikTok. Let's go to YouTube. Let's go to YouTube. I want to go to my YouTube channel. I want to upload something real quick. Let's upload a random video, and I want to show you that I'm held to a higher standard than these cops are. I want to show you that I am held to a higher standard than these cops are. Because when I try to upload a video on YouTube for any reason, I want you to see, right? So if I scroll down here, show more, alter content, do any of the following describe your content, right? Right? This is actually for AI. Right? Generates a realistic looking footage that didn't actually occur. Makes a real person appear to say or do something they didn't say or do. Alters footage of a real event or place. That whole question is about AI. Yeah. That whole question is about AI. That whole question. That whole question. Right? To follow YouTube's policy, you require to tell us if your content is altered or synthetic and seems real. This includes realistic sounds or visuals made with AI or other tools. So as you can see, even a content creator like myself is held to that standard. Even a content creator like myself is held to that standard. So why aren't cops? Why aren't cops? Why are they not being made to feel as uncomfortable as the average YouTube or TikTok content creator? Why is that? Why is that? SB 180 is unfortunately a necessary step in the right direction when it comes to regulating the rapid spread of police using generative AI to write their narrative reports for them. EFF will continue to monitor this bill in hopes that it will be part of a larger conversation about more robust regulations. Specifically, Axon, the makers of tasers and the salespeople behind a shocking amount of police and surveillance tech, has recently rolled out a new product, Draft One, which uses body-worn camera audio to generate police reports. This product is spreading quickly in part because it is generated with other Axon products which are already omnipresent in U.S. society. So you got this one company, you know, just as an example of many, but a very big one, and they're generating AI reports based on police audio. But it's going to take more than a disclaimer to curb the potential harms of AI-generated police reports. As we've previously cautioned, the public should be skeptical of AI's ability to accurately process and distinguish between the wide range of languages, dialects, vernacular, idioms, and slang people use. As online content moderation has shown, software may have a passable ability to capture words, but it often struggles with content and meaning. In a tense setting such as a traffic stop, AI mistaking a metaphorical statement for a literal claim could fundamentally change the content of a police report. Yeah. Seriously. Like someone could be joking and say, oh, you're killing me. You know what I'm saying? Like a joke. But then AI doesn't understand jokes, right? Moreover, so-called artificial intelligence taking over consequential tasks and decision-making has the power to obscure human agency. Police officers who deliberately exaggerate or lie to shape the narrative available in body camera footage now have even more of a veneer of plausible deniability with AI-generated police reports. If police were to be caught in a lie concerning what's in a report, an officer might be able to say they did not lie. The AI simply did not capture what was happening in the chaotic video. As this technology spreads without much transparency, oversight, or guardrails, we are likely to see more cities, counties, and states push back against its use. Out of fear of AI-generated reports would complicate and compromise cases in the criminal justice system, prosecutors in King County, Washington have instructed officers not to use the technology for now. So that's happening over in the Pacific Northwest, in the Pacific Northwest right now in King County, in Washington State, on the West Coast. Because there's no way to authenticate the authenticity of these AI-generated reports, because AI tends to exaggerate, and hallucinate. That is an actual thing. That is an actual thing. The use of AI to write police reports is troubling in ways we are accustomed to, but also in new ways. Not only do we not yet know how widespread use of this technology will affect the criminal justice system, but because how the product is designed, there's a chance we won't even know if AI has been used, even if we are staring directly at the police report in question. For that reason, it's no surprise that lawmakers in Utah have introduced this bill to require some semblance of transparency. We will likely see similar regulations and restrictions in other states and local jurisdictions, and possibly even stronger ones. Yes. So police across the country, but also in Utah, have been using AI to generate reports, and that's scary. If you understand how AI can hallucinate, man, that's scary. You could be accused of freaking anything, and AI doesn't understand humor, doesn't understand context and nuance. It doesn't work like that. So if you already have a lying police officer, like this report says here, they now have even more plausible deniability. Wow. 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 Let's get into the next story. Coming to your local police station, AI generated reports. So again, I want to cover this again because I want to just kind of drive this home. Calls to dispatch reports among items that may become automatically generated by Tom Collins for Illinois Valley, Shaw Local News Network. Let's get into this, man. This is reported on February 12th, 2025. It's a few years away, but Brandon Miller foresees a day when someone calls 911 and the call for help, whether delivered in English or another tongue, is automatically typed and sent to a nearby squad car. The typing won't be done by a human being, however, it will be done with artificial intelligence. Miller is executive director of Illinois Valley Regional Dispatch. Recently, he's met with vendors who've pitched AI products that will transcribe phone calls and radio traffic, even in foreign languages, and assist dispatchers and patrol officers with documentation, summaries, and alerts. That is horrifying. Because what if they get it wrong? And if an AI picks up on a catchphrase such as shots fired, an alert will automatically go out to administration at IVRD in a nearby police station. It's a new technology. Let's make sure we get this right. It's a new technology, and I want to make this a little bit bigger. It's a new technology, and LaSalle County State Attorney Joe Navarro said he foresees no problem getting AI-generated reports admitted into criminal cases. Wow. Do you understand how many cases are going to be thrown now? Because AI hallucinates, man. You have to get it right the first time, every time. Navarro said he's visited trade shows and seen demonstrations. Navarro says he's visited trade shows and seen demonstrations of AI report writing. The key feature, he said, is that reports include prompts that requires an officer to verify the accuracy of the AI transcription. Do you think those officers are going to be reading over the reports? They don't even want to write them, and they're going to read over them. Even though AI might have transcribed the report, Navarro explained an officer's editing and verifying of that report is what will matter when judges decide whether to admit it into a criminal case. Quote, admissibility is not going to be a problem, end quote, Navarro said. And if the technology saves man hours and reduces transcription errors, then Navarro is all for it. You're going to use AI to reduce transcription errors. Wow. Quote, I see it as very good, time-saving, and accurate way to record information, end quote. That's what he's claiming now. Whether local agencies can afford AI transcription or to justify the purchase come budgeting time is another story. No police interview for this story said the departments have AI generated reports, and none signaled they're ready to procure it. But it's happening across the country. Wow, man. AI generated reports coming to a town nearest you. That should scare the living hell out of you. That should scare the living hell out of you. Let's get into this next story, man. So this brother here, man. He was jailed over AI program, then freed 17 months later after the victim raised doubts. This brother here locked up and was only freed after the victim raised doubts. So let's look it up, man.
There was no real evidence. Here is months in jail for a crime that an artificial intelligence program said he committed. And then he was freed after the prosecutor learned there was no real evidence. Here is Fox Files investigator Chris Hayes with the concerns over the future of AI and policing, new at 9.
Wow.
This grainy surveillance photo of an assault suspect on the Metrolink led a computer facial recognition program to identify this man.
That knock that came on the door, it blew me because I wasn't expecting it to be the police.
Chris Gatlin would spend the next 17 months in jail because of an artificial intelligence program.
Wow.
He spoke to us by phone where he lives now in Indiana.
It's really not right, to get accused of something that you know that you didn't do.
Attorney Jack Waldron with the Kazali Worst Law Firm is suing on Gatlin's behalf.
The first image that popped out was of Chris, my client, and they took it and they ran with it and they said, this is our guy, without doing any other investigation.
Even the assault victim did not initially think he was the right guy, warning
That's
police
crazy.
about his memory during this photo lineup.
I was in and out of consciousness at the time.
The victim picked two different suspects other than Chris Gatlin.
Between these two, I can't remember.
We caught up with the victim today, who asked not to be identified for his safety. He says he struggles with balance and memory since the assault and is not a reliable witness.
I said, I can look at these all day long, but I have no clue. I don't want to put the wrong person in jail.
An officer suggested he keep looking.
Think about the characteristics of the guy, his complexion.
He then circled the picture of Gatlin and signed it.
It was more like I felt like I was being pointed into something.
Right.
Gatlin remained locked up in the...
So the cops, they weren't trying to solve the actual crime. They were just trying to put something on Chris Gatlin, an innocent black man. Even the victim in this case saying, I felt like they're just trying to, get the guy. He just circled the pictures like, hey, I just want to go home. They kept trying to egg him on like, hey, you gotta pick somebody. You gotta pick somebody. And it just happens to fall on the innocent black man. So what does that tell you about the AI program? Why would you pick out an innocent black man? The victim says, you could show me guys all day. I probably couldn't pick them out. So what characteristics did Chris Gatlin have again? Because he was certainly the wrong guy, right? So how are these AI programs being programmed?
The St. Louis County Justice Center for 17 months before the body cam video surfaced as evidence.
I just felt hopeless and helpless because I was in a situation that I knew I couldn't get myself out of.
The St. Louis County Prosecutor's Office declined an on-camera interview, but a spokesperson told me that the office was unaware of any body cam video evidence for many months. Once they learned of its existence, they asked the detective for it, gave it to the defense, and at that point, everyone knew there was no real identification, and the case was dismissed. The use of AI in policing, however, is here to stay. Here's 25-year veteran retired Major Ron Martin.
When a failure happens, because it will, it's not 100%. How are we going to react when that failure happens?
Major Martin had nothing to do with this case and would make no judgments about it specifically, but said in general, proper training is crucial, which includes knowing what's an appropriate photo to analyze.
When your face is not obstructed, when the lighting conditions are right.
No, you picked out a black man. You just so happened to pick out a black man. That's not an accident. That's called programming. You train that AI to seek out black people. That's what happened here. Let's not mince words. Let's just be honest. Let's cut to the chase. That's what the program did. Did you know most false arrests from AI have been of black people? I want you to see this. Most false arrests by AI have been black people. A lot of people don't realize, right? So this is from Business Insider, right? I want you to read that headline, and I'm gonna highlight that headline because again, there's a lot of people out here who like to gaslight and BS and lie and it's not as bad as you say. You just ignore it and it'll go away. Yeah, okay, sure. In every reported case where police mistakenly arrested someone using facial recognition AI, that person has been black. I supported in August, back in August 6, 2023. In every case, in literally every case of a false arrest from AI, it has been of a black person. In literally every case. Literally every case. Like without exception. Without exception. So we've been saying the police have been falsely targeting black people. We are the number one exonerated group, particularly black men, the number one exonerated from false charges in the country, by far, the number one exonerated. And now the AI just so happens to target black people. Innocent black people. You've had pregnant mothers. You had pregnant mothers targeted, pregnant black mothers targeted, right? This is reported back on February the 14th of 2024. Artificial intelligence is putting innocent black people at risk of being incarcerated. There are at least 7 confirmed cases of mistaken identity due to facial recognition technology, 6 of which involve black people who have been wrongfully accused. Right? Right? In every case. In every case. So it just so happens that the police are racist who target black people, and now we are seeing the exact same thing. Now we're just so happened to see the exact same thing, man. That is not an accident. It is not an accident that is happening. It is not an accident that is happening. It is not an accident that is happening. Right? Let's go back to the story here, man. Story of Chris Gatlin, man. in Missouri. Chris Gatlin spent 17 months in jail for a crime that an artificial intelligence program said he committed, only to be freed after the prosecutor learned there was no real evidence. A grainy surveillance footage of an assault suspect on the Metrolink led to a computer facial recognition program to identify Gatlin. How is that program trained? Because in order to use AI, it's got to be trained somehow. How is it trained?